Okay, I want to share a scripture or scriptures in Ezekiel 36 and 16. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel, who live in a house, the family of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, dwell in their own land, we dwell in our own land of Israel, they defiled it. We defiled our land by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman." I mean, a woman that's on her cycle. Her blood, she have her blood issue every month. That's how the Most High looking at us. And you women that have cycles, you know how that is. "Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it." Moses said, all we need is him. All you need is me. He was angry because we say we want a king like the heathen. He said, all you need is me. We have the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. "And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries." That's why we scattered among all these nations. "According to their way and according to their doings, I judged them." What we done. We can't blame nobody but ourselves, as the brother said. "And when they entered unto the heathen," when we came among these heathen, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are, "whether they went, they profaned my holy name." See, our name is in the Most High name is in our name, Yah, Shar, Allah. And we representing him, and we profaned his holy name. "When they said to them, These are the people of the Most High." We the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, and are gone forth out of his land. His land. That's the land he loved, the land of Israel. "But I had pity for mine holy name." Hear that? He had pity for his holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went unto this day. He said he had pity for his holy name. Not our name, but his name, Yah. "Therefore, say unto the house of Israel, Thus said the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." He said that's his name forever, the memorial to all generations. I do not this for your sakes. Understand this. He said, I'm not doing this for our sake as the Israelites. "O house of Israel." So he ain't talking to nobody else but the 12 tribes of Israel. Say, "I'm not doing this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went." You know, there are many gods. A lot of you just call them God, which is dog spelled backwards, a European invention. "And I will sanctify my great name." Here he said he's going to clean up his great name that we have polluted, "which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Most High." Hear that? All these nations outside of the 12 tribes just going to know that the Most High is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, and he became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, "Which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Most High, said the Most High, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes." This is what's happening now. The Most High is being sanctified excuse me, before their eyes. They're sinners. How is this that all around the world we're being taught that we're Israelites and the Most High is our power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? "For I will take you from among the heathen." He's going to take us. This is our deliverance. This is our salvation. He's going to take us from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. That's what the Most High going to do. Ain't no man going to do it. Tell you in Deuteronomy 28 and 6, 29, no man shall save you. And Most High said he going to do this. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, the clean word upon us, and ye shall be clean. He going to clean us up. For all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart, which is the mind, the way we think, also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart, that rebellious heart, that hard-hearted heart. That's the mind, the way we think. Out of your flesh. And I will give you a heart or a mind of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you. He's going to put his spirit within us and cause you to walk in my statutes. And ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people. And I will be your power. Somebody breathing real hard in the mic. 347. I will also save you from all your uncleanlinesses. See, he gonna save us from all our uncleanlinesses. And I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach or disgrace of famine among the heathen. Then shall you remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations. Not for your sakes do I this. Hear that? Once again, he said, not for our sake is he doing this. He said, said the Most High, be it known unto you, those that have ears to hear, and that's reading and have eyes to see. Be ashamed and confounded, confused for your own ways, O house of Israel. He said, be ashamed and be confused for our own ways. Thus say the Most High Power, in the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the waste shall be builded. We know the other nations going to build up our nations, our cities, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate has become like the Garden of Eden. You hear that? Because that land over there is desolate. It said, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden. And the waste and the desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. Then the heathen that are left round about you shall know that I, the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, build the ruined places and plant that was desolate. I, the Most High, have spoken it, and I will do it. Hallelujah. Yes.
Oh, well, yeah. You get everything cleaned up.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Say again, I didn't hear you.
I was saying, yeah, we get back, our land will be ready for us, and everything will be set up, and then the Isaiah 49:22 coming.
Yeah. Kind of.
Put Bill Clinton on the work.
Everything else. Hey. So anyone else have testimonies they want to bring? Yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to bring to the table? We can feast on. We need to hear from those we haven't heard from that's just coming in. We doing testimonies on miracles and phenomenal things that's happening in your life. That and we've had a lot. We've been going about 4 hours now. A lot of testimonies that's been given, and we like to hear yours. I know it's something that happened phenomenal in your life that you can give all praise to the Most High, one way or the other. You know, I thank him for the times that, I know I was wrong and he didn't allow anything to go down. All praise to the Most High. You know, they had that movie, it was a baby boy. Remember, they was in the backyard. They was down there praying that they could I think Snoop Doggy Dogg was in that movie. They wanted to go and kill him. And they prayed to the Most High that they'll be successful in going to take him down. Just show you how it is on the right and the left hand side, you know. And you never know the Most High, like when you wanted to kill King Ahab, it was a spirit came up, spirits was coming up, angels were coming up before him saying, I'll go down and do this, I'll go down and do that. A lion spirit came down and came up to the Most High and said, I'll go down and I'll lie to all his prophets to kill King Ahab at Mount Gilead. Hey, Ramoth Gilead. And he went down and lied to all his prophets, got into the minds of all his prophets, and he died at Ramoth Gilead. King Ahab, you know, Jezebel's husband. So bring it, y'all. I mean, the Bible is true. I'm just, you know, things that are, I don't know, I hear people saying that, you know, like miracles are not happening now. It was in the Bible. That was in the Bible days. And certain things that we can read in the Bible as if it wouldn't happen in our time. I beg to differ, you know. So anyone, come on, 323. See you're on the screen. Okay, now you're gone. Anyone else? Yes.
Yes, this is Corey again. I
Okay.
just wanted to say, just talking about miracles. I remember plenty of times when I was out in the world where I'd be drunk and don't even know how I got home. I mean, fully drunk and
Oh yeah.
wake up and I'm at home. You know, I wake up and I'm on somebody's couch and I'm the driver. Nobody was driving me. I'm the driver. You know, so
Yep. Oh,
well, that done
praise.
happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, you said that. I remember. I had.
I'll share
Oh,
testimony though.
okay, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, whoever, like you. But this is Jay Judah.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom, huh?
And 95. Shalom, yes, Shabbat Shalom. Yes, in 95, had an incident, gun incident in Bellflower. And it was, I was at a phone booth. That's when they had phone booths in 85. And it was probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, talking with a female on the phone before I was going to go home to the female I was living with. And three skinheads approached me. And so, of course, had words or whatever, but at that time, I was strapped. And when one of them came from behind his back and he's like, I can pop, you know, he said, talking to the other dudes. First, actually, it was two of them first, and then the third one came. And he came huffing and puffing with, you know, he can pop the nigga from here. He's referring to me. So I pull out my strap and felt that he was the most threatening, and I end up shooting him. I just shot one time, and I hit him in his chest. And to see that the effects of that bullet pierced that flesh and all that rah-rah and everything, it was chaos at that point, man. It was like scattered hyenas. And, you know, they was seeking pretty much trying to treat him and everything. And then I ran. I ran from the scene. One of them was going to try to run after me, but then I turned around and pointed the strap at him, but I didn't fire. But anyway, I ended up running, and like I said, I was in Bellflower. I don't know the distance, but from one block to the next, I promise you, y'all is my witness. Before I got to the next block, the helicopter, sheriff, and everything was already in the sky. You know, the birds was already in the sky. And what I end up doing is, it was a little parking space for, it was actually apartments, but there was next to it, there was another space where there were a few 18-wheelers. And I end up standing up under the 18-wheelers. I ran up under, hid up under there, and I was there for probably about 3 hours. I don't know the exact time. I didn't have a watch on it. At that time, it was, cell phones wasn't really jumping off or whatever, but it was a while. And I end up coming out and peeping the scene, trying to see, if I had it clear, but I didn't really have it clear. They were still posted at the corner, still held their post down. And, but anyway, I end up kind of like going through some backyards and running through some backyards from Bellflower, and I was going to North Long Beach to a friend house in North Long Beach. And I ran, that was probably about a 5-mile distance, and I ran out, and I tell you, I felt like a runaway slave, because in that Bellflower, in that area, there was also some train tracks and everything. It was the worst feeling, man. And so I got to my partner house, told him what was up. He couldn't believe it, and but I was still scared. So what I ended up doing is I called the sheriff, Lakewood Sheriff, who had jurisdiction over Bellflower, because Bellflower didn't have their own agency. And I called him. I said there was a a shooting incident in Bellflower, and I gave him the location. I said, that I was the shooter. I'm pretty much the suspect. And so he's like, all right. He said, well, would you like for us to come and get you, or do you want to come and turn yourself in? I said, I turned myself in, and my friend, my clothes is all messed up, laying on that ground and everything. Not that I need to have appearance, but I just changed clothes, switched clothes. He took me to the sheriff's station, turned myself in. It ended up where I didn't kill the dude, but it was still attempted manslaughter, and so I had to fight. I had to go to, fight that case. And I went to the public defender first while I was locked up in jail, tried to see what the public defender was talking about. He told me, well, they want to give you 12 years. They want to give you a total of 12 years. Assault with a deadly weapon, that's one charge, and then attempted manslaughter is another charge. He said, I can get them to drop the attempted manslaughter if you plead the felony of assault with a deadly weapon. I'm like, dude, I'm not pleading no felonies. And I left it at that. I walked away because, they came to the jail, and I just ignored them and went back to, my cell or whatever. Called moms, was like, yo, this ain't going to work. Y'all got to get me an attorney. She knew this Caucasian woman, said Edomite woman, that was good with our family. And the reason she was good with family because my grandmother had worked for her. So she was almost like in the debt of service, but she told him what happened. So this woman went ahead and bailed me out of jail. My bail was $100,000. She bailed me out of jail, and then she hired me an attorney. And I was grateful and everything. And she had to admit, she said, you would have never been in this situation if you wasn't a black man. And she always kind of was on our cause. But you got to be careful with Esau, because they're joining our cause of racism, but then they support homosexuality and abortions and all that stuff. And she was that type, you know what I'm saying? But she put up the money, got me out of jail, hired me an attorney, talked with the attorney. Attorney was cool, plan of action. So she told me, the attorney said, this is what we're going to do. She said, you got to trust me on this. I really feel this judge. She said, we're going to have a bench trial, court trial. She said, I don't want to do a jury trial, because even if you get, hung jury or something, the DA can come back. She said, so they can come back and retry you. So she said, but this judge, he can hear evidence that the jury can't hear, and he can look into the case deeper than the jury would look into, and he's a really good judge. So she kept postponing the hearing because we have a hearing and set up, and then she'd tell the court that, hey, I want to calendar Mr. Jordan for another date, and it kept happening for about 3 good months, and I had to remain humble. I couldn't trip, but I was frustrated and everything, but I just couldn't act it out. So she did that. Now the DA was willing, not willing, let me say this. The DA knew that the dude was racist because in the police report, they did a police report, and the DA, the police the sheriffs rather put that the victim and his family kept referring to the suspect as nigger, and then blah, blah, blah. They put that in the report, so that kind of helped me out with my point of them being racist, and they're coming, they came at me. And so with that being said, she kept having these hearings, and the DA, they knew I was dealing with racists, but they said that their superiors in the DA office would not drop the case because I had a prior, which is right. I had a situation with Jake. Jake came at me about some female that was done with him, but he wasn't done with her, so he's gonna try to take it out on me. That situation ended, in another gun case. But they dropped that case immediately because he came to me. So the DA's mindset was like, we can't let him get away twice. And so the DA that was over my case was telling my attorney that her superior is forcing her to take this case, even though she knows that it's self-defense or whatever. So long story short, we go to court again. My attorney outside telling me, I'm gonna ask for one more calendar. She was gonna postpone it again, and I was hot, but like I said, I couldn't say nothing. So she goes into the court, and she, routine, tell the judge that, hey, Your Honor, my client, we're gonna ask for another calendar date. The judge on the bench, he's like, Attorney Wallace or counsel. He said, counsel, I suggest you put your client on the stand right now. And we the only one in court. It wasn't even a court full of other people. We're because no juries or nothing. We was the only one in the court. So she went ahead. She was like, what? And I was stunned. He said, I suggest you put your client on the witness stand now. Let's get this thing over. It's been done long enough, and that part I did agree with him on. So, she was like, hands down. It was like nothing she can do, and I hadn't been coached or anything. But I get on the stand. The DA began to question me, hear my side of the story, question me, and I was on the stand with them for about 10 minutes, and then my attorney came around and kind of, cleared some things up, and then it was in the hands of the judge. So the judge took about 2 minutes just, reading his notes, whatever, and then he came back, he said, he had a verdict for me, and he said for charges as charged suspect, as charged, attempted manslaughter, not guilty. Assault with a deadly weapon, not guilty. And the reason being, he was saying, by reason of self-defense. And I was in the clear. It was, bam, it's just that simple. It happened just that quick. Like that. This was an Edomite judge. And so then the DA said, but Your Honor, we can't let Mr. Jordan get off that scot-free. He was about to hit the gavel. She said, we can't let him get off scot-free, Your Honor. He had a pride, whatever. So the judge said, okay, I agree to that. He said, Mr. Jordan, I'm going to hold you guilty of carrying a concealed weapon. That's going to be a misdemeanor charge. He said, time served. You spent 21 days in jail already because I got bailed out. He said, so the year probation is time served, year probation, summary of probation. He said, if you don't violate within a year, you come back. and I'll what they call a extract, not
Expunge?
extract, but yeah,
Expunge the record.
Yes, exactly. He said I'll expunge your record, and that was that. That was that.
Hallelujah.
And that was nothing but the Most High, man, because like my attorney said, she said, had you stayed around and them sheriffs in Bellflower, that was one of the things she said. She said they would have shot and killed you. That alone, I would have never made it to trial. You know what I'm saying? But for the Most High to cover me, and they was camped out like all in that area. And for me to be up on the truck and they didn't know and see me, and then to be able to, in the midst of their shadow, escape and run to my friend's house, it's like the Most High had me covered the whole night through and let me get past that situation.
Wow, 21 days.
And then here's the part where the Most High really hit me though. Don't mind you, I was stressed out. Don't get me wrong on that. But this is where the Most High got me at though. So I'm in jail already for within those 3 weeks for a violent crime, man, shooting a skinhead, an Edomite. It's this he's black, he's Puerto Rican Italian dude just huffing and puffing in jail, man, and he's just regulating the cell, he's telling people when they can go to the bathroom, what they can do. He's, doing all that in the cell. And I happen to be in the cell, so it's chow time. You wake up and, first thing you do is go to the bathroom. Well, he didn't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? So, at Childtown, so time, I wake up and go anyway. That's nature. You know what I'm saying? I had to go. I'm not holding it. So he got upset, and he's in my face talking whatever, and I'm trying to be humble. Matter of fact, I was just in a whole different state of mind, had lost weight and everything. But dude took off and stole on me, and the Most High just had me stand up, even in that weakened state, to take his blow. And he was much bigger than me and everything. He stole on me, clocked me. All I heard was bang, in my head. And I just went and sat down and left it at that, man. But for me, that was Most High also checking me for the way that I was on those streets and put myself in that situation anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was the least that I can deal with. But even more, even though the Most High allowed that, but what the devil was trying to do is to get me to be in a fight in jail. Do you not know how that would have affected my case if the sheriff had came through and I was and got into it with that dude in jail? You know what I'm saying? I would have destroyed my case, because they don't look at the circumstances. They just be like, this suspect also was in an encounter in jail, Your Honor. That'd be on my record. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm thankful that I probably shouldn't say that the Most High allowed that to happen. Well, he did allow, but it wasn't intent. But what I'm more grateful that he gave me the wisdom and the discipline to not respond, because ideally I should have been fighting that dude back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we just went at it. But the Most High kept me at a certain peace, and that peace transcended into my case and my trial to get me off the hook like that.
All praise to the Most High.
So all I got on my record from that whole situation was a misdemeanor carrying a concealed weapon.
That was before the Panthers. That was before
if I didn't.
That was before the Panthers went up into the Capitol with guns, huh? That must have been before the Panthers went up into the...
No, this was in 90... this was after this...
When did they do that? That was, you said it was about 85?
Wasn't that like in the 60s? No, this was... Yeah, because my situation was in 95.
Oh, 95. I thought you said 85. Yeah, because...
So that was well after the... Yeah, that was well after the Panthers. That was well after the Panthers. My situation was in 95. And... I had to deal with that, man. But the Most High delivered me. He didn't let me fall in them folks' hands like that, man.
All praise to the Most High.
I'm thankful to this day for that. So I have to say I'll praise to the Most High Yah for that, man, because that's who truly got me through that.
Especially, the situation, how it jumped off and how they are for their people. That's the most I intervene. Get into the minds, man, to make to show favor.
And that, and that's for real. Hey, can I say this too, though?
Go ahead.
You know what's the tripping irony about that? The attorney hurt Andrew was a sister, man. She was fine and everything, brilliant, from Compton and everything. But she's also kind of on the left with respect to she was engaged with, not engaged as far as relationship with dude, but a Death Row Records. She was on that scene. She was on that scene, and she was an attorney doing those types of people bidding when they was doing foul stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she was in with that group like that. That's just who she, that was her hood. Those was her people. What came to happen, man? A police officer got killed, and she represented the police officer's 2 children. I lied to you now. I didn't know this then. I didn't find this out till years later. She represented the police children who got a settlement not a settlement, who got insurance, like $1 million insurance or something from their mom's death. She conspired with some man. This man dressed up like a postal worker and went and killed those 2 boys. Killed them. And they arrested her as being a conspirator in that crime. Because what she did, since she represented them, what she did, her and that dude kept them kids' money, man.
Wow.
Kept them kids' money and knocked them off to keep the insurance, not the insurance, but the insurance money. I didn't know that till years later when I read up on it just to try to find out what was going on. And I read an article, and it blew my mind that the wickedness had been that deep, and I didn't even know it.
Wow.
She's in jail to this day. She's in jail to this day. So it was strange how all of that, happened. But the best thing she did for me was to tell me to go do a court trial and not do no jury trial. And I think the Most High used that wisdom of her more than anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All praise to the Most High. And just show you how
That's what's up with that.
she probably was already, crooked like that. But the Most High, he get into the minds of people to have them, show favor. Because you're supposed to be where you at now. To allow you to, you know what I mean? To be where you at now. A lot of things, like you say, we gone through crooked paths to get to the straight path. It says, so.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah 15, verse, Tomatis.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc. That's what?
That is Jeremiah 15, verse 11. Jeremiah 15, verse 11.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Let me see.
I'll read it for you if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 15 and 11 says about this supposed to say. Jeremiah 15 and 11. And the Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
Whoa.
Oh.
You hear that, Jay Judah? You hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. My God, man, I'm like blown away. I'm like blown away on that because that's the work.
Hey. That's powerful.
Hey, the water for that. Oh, my God, yeah.
Now you take the
And
most
that's
high.
Jeremiah 15:11. That was Jeremiah 15:11.
Yes.
That's it.
Woo! Hallelujah. Man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it right there, like you said. That's it.
That's
Wow.
right. That's it.
Hey, the water for that. All my brothers, man, I appreciate
Yes.
So I was listening in, but I said, man, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell this one, because this one was definitely from the Most High, especially Esau's system.
Right.
When they locking us up left and right, and they don't care about a trial or nothing, and you don't really have they don't do no court trials, man. You know what I'm saying? To put it all in the hands of a judge,
Right.
I had to speak up on that one.
Hey, that's powerful.
Definitely.
So anyone else, let's bring these testimonies. A time to show your faith and to praise the Most High
Yeah,
and
I got a
certain
quick
things.
one.
Okay, all right. That's Sadi? Okay.
Yeah, I got a quick one. Yeah. So I've been pretty much in the military between the Marine Corps and the Army for almost 20 years now, and I just wanted to share that the Most High has pretty much kept me away from going to war. Having to put myself in the midst of Esau's war. And I've been pretty much stateside, other than doing a deployment in Canada. And also, he has kept me away from having to get this vaccine. It's something that they're pushing very heavy in the military, through religious exemption. So far, I haven't had to get the vaccine or any other vaccines in the military. Other than just having my blood drawn and test for HIV and things of that nature. But I just want to give all praises, honor and glory to the Most High for, keeping me safe for almost 20 years through the military.
Hey, yeah. Did the religious exemption work, or what method? I mean, I know you told you had someone that was helping you, because I know you had said you was faced with that again. How did you come out of that?
Yeah, well, I'm still going through it right now again because they're still trying to push on it. So it has to go all the way up to the Surgeon General is what they're trying to do now for it. So it's still pending right now. But as it's pending right now, they're not bothering me at all with it because it's I got paperwork going through. So the final approval goes through the Surgeon General.
Okay.
And they pretty much said, if we get this approved, are you willing to get the vaccine, or are you willing to get kicked out of the military? I'm pretty much ready to let 20 years go down the drain if it comes to it, because I'm not getting the vaccine.
Yeah, well, you still could claim your religious right.
Right. Yeah.
See, I heard that.
So you're not going to take it for religious reasons.
I heard OSHA had dismissed. They had came against them. Either OSHA, I know they were trying to push it, but they had said they had stopped the point of them demanding that you get it from government. From the government, said it was illegal, and they're really going after them for that because they said it's illegal to for them to do that. They said he didn't have the right to, declare a mandate on the people. So right. They fighting that real hard.
Yeah, because they're pretty much giving people. Yeah, it's not right because you got people that's been in 20 years, 30 years, and it's like either you take this and you can continue your career, or either you can not take it and everything just kind of goes down the drain, and that's not even right there. They didn't do this for any other vaccine.
Right. And they really don't know.
So what they're trying to do too is they're building up a straw man.
A straw man.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what they're doing is also building a straw man up. So with some people that's trying to claim the religious exemption, they're trying to say, well, you got the flu shot before, well, you got this measles, mumps, and rubella shot before. Why won't you get this COVID-19 shot? And so I told them, hey, I never got any shot, because what they're doing is building up a straw man and attacking that straw man, saying, hey, you got these other shots, and there should be no problem with you taking this COVID-19 shot. Like, what's the issue? So, I recognize that. I told them, I said, hey, that's not even right there. It's like y'all doing this to certain people because they got other vaccine. It should be okay for them to get this COVID vaccine. But, with my case, I've never got any of the vaccines since I've been in. So, that's kind of where I stand at with it.
So they're going to say it's okay to take the vaccine because you took the polio vaccine and all the other vaccines that people have to take during childhood, from birth. They have your baby and they inject them with all kind of things that you don't know anything about. And you know what I mean? Like, they got a record of that, so they don't really know what's going to be the cause of this vaccine. I mean, who do they really try it on years ago to say, okay, usually it take 10 years for a vaccine to come out, So who have they tried it on 10 years ago or 5 years ago to say this is what happened to them, this results? No, they looking at whatever's happening to people right now. You're taking it and you're a guinea pig. Let me see if you're going to die, because it's about population decrease. Really, They trying to act like they trying to preserve lives.
I would have just went at him.
Say again, I
just came straight at him and tell him, that's going against my religious belief. And they asked me any kind of question, I went right to Job 13:4. You're all forces of lies and positions of no value. I would have put the smoke right to him. And that's what God said about you. You don't even know what the hell you made. Stop it.
That's true.
The Bible says I'm supposed to heal with herbs. You're treating people. You're not healing them. You're giving them a treatment.
Experimental drugs.
Yeah, everybody wants you to take the shot. Oh, we don't know this and that. Oh, you didn't take your shot. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you that you took that?
And the ones that take the shot, they feel like
and now this new variant.
They feel like, you are the problem if you haven't taken it. Because my thing is, if you take a shot, you should be immune from anyone that hasn't taken it. No matter what they catch, you shouldn't be able to catch it, right? What's the point of taking a shot that you can still catch whatever it is that somebody have? What's the point? Like they said, this new variant.
That's the question I posed on them.
Yeah. What's the point? I mean,
that's what I'm saying with that new variant. That new variant, the Omicron, it's like it's not even effective. The vaccine's not even effective against it.
Right.
So.
I know.
Yeah, it should be that Trump.
I know it's 4 places.
I'm sorry. If I may, it's a guy that's my.
You cutting in and out.
It's a delay. Okay, I think it's a delay.
We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. No, what I was going to say was, it's a guy that's in my unit. This guy, he's had the vaccine, right? For corona, he took the coronavirus 4 times already, and he's had the vaccine, and each time he has been hospitalized.
Man, 4 times. Man.
4 times, and he's been hospitalized each time.
I was talking to my partner. He was on last week. He was saying that he had it twice. He caught it twice. The last time he went into the hospital, it was they didn't treat him for coronavirus. They treated him for his liver because something was up with his liver. I think it was not enough water. What do they call that? Dehydration, something like that. But with these nanos, they're saying they join together. They attack your organs. But he was saying that he told me last night, he was saying it's melatonin, something that they use for like you can't sleep. See, they was using that for that's what he was telling me. That's what Trump used. It's melanoma, something like that. What you use if you can't sleep, it helps you go to sleep. They have a pill form, they have a liquid form. He said that's what helps prevent it too. A lot of different things, We just have to work on our immune system, brothers and sisters. You always got to look at elderberry, clove, cinnamon stick, garlic, onion, natural antibiotics. echinacea with golden seal. I use that. I feel a certain way. I just take a echinacea with golden seal, and I feel two of them. I feel, it knocks it out real quick. You just got to know mostly everything starts with your throat. When you feel your throat scratchy, then gargle with hot salt and water, and it'll knock it out. You just got to pay attention to your body because it's gonna come through your nose, your ears, your mouth, and it's going to go to your throat. So if you make sure you pay attention to your throat, or like make sure you cover up, don't be thinking that, don't play the Most High like that, like he's got you. You don't have to do nothing. Still wear a mask, I suggest, or double mask, whatever. But just be aware of your body. And generally your throat will tell you. You'll feel your throat will be scratchy, then you just gargle. With some hot as you can, salt and water, keep gargling with it, and it'll knock it out. That's old remedy. Get you some Vicks rub. Put on your chest, in your nose. That's old remedy too. It works. Steam, pot of fruit, some lemons or grapefruit or some type of fruit that's citrus, and breathe over it. Get that steam going through you. Ashan Arya. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, mighty elder, call halal, Abba Allah Shaddai Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Amashiach Amanawal Barakatah, and to the rest of y'all who is here.
Abnaya Basoma Sekal Sharakata.
You can hear me, can you?
Yes, Khan.
Yeah. That is a testimony that brother shared. I mean, they're trying everything they can. They're trying to throw everything at us, including the kitchen sink. Mm-hmm. I want to share a scripture that's very beneficial for us.
Did he disappear?
Sound like somebody went blank.
Right. You there?
But did you hear that coon Charles Barkley hating on what's her name? I don't know what's wrong with him. He needs to go ahead and take a shot. I wish I had a can of soup or something. I'd have busted him right in his head with it. Shut up. Can't make a man decision for him. And then he jumped on Kenny the Jet for making a statement like that. You shouldn't even talk like that.
You talking
Saying
about?
all about Kyrie Irving.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all, those that have taken a shot, when they hype up everything, they turn up the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10G. They got 10G over there in Japan, probably higher than that. They crank up these microwave towers. We're gonna see what's happening. You don't think they have these zombies movies for nothing. Because the people that have taken a shot are against the people that haven't taken a shot. That's what you're seeing right there. Start of it.
That's true.
That's true. I mean, I've heard people say, well, they don't want to come around nobody that haven't taken a shot, but nobody want to come around you with all the things that you could spread with the shot. For real.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Here I am, Salakia. I want to say Salakia.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a separation.
Yeah. It's already happening. I already see it.
Down again, no Broadway plays.
No?
They're letting the kids go to school.
What about the airports? Can you fly?
Oh, yeah, they're letting you fly, but no Broadway shows. A lot of the Broadway shows are shutting down. And some restaurants are shutting down.
I heard in Chicago, They
Be
have
right
one.
back.
Okay.
Just a minute.
All right then. I heard in Chicago they have one side if you taking the jab, other side if you haven't taken it. They separate it like that too. But go
They're
ahead
trying
on,
to create division.
Ashar Ariel. Go ahead. Or you had cut off.
Yeah, I was going to go into a scripture regarding the times we're living in and how, when you read Isaiah chapter 33 and 6, can y'all hear me?
Khan.
Yeah, Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, which is Yahweh, is his treasure. So what I'm saying is that, they're going to try to turn all the lights off on this place. And that's what I've been told many times. I've been looking it up. They're going to try to shut off the lights. They're going to get so desperate they may shut down the internet, everything, information, you name it, because it's being overwhelmed. They're being overwhelmed by it. But when they turn off all these lights and then everything becomes darkness, metaphorically speaking, we're going to be the ones with the light, and just like how it tells you in the book of Daniel, when you read the book of Daniel, where it says, many shall shine like the star, like the sun. And then it talks about how the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall have understanding. And we're kind of seeing glimpses of that right now, even in news and in politics. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you guys, this sounds like some childish preschool nonsense. They haven't people divided over a needle. That's pathetic. They're divided over a needle. But the thing is that we already know that the needle that what's in the needle, but they're trying to get this whole place in division. I'm like, how's that going to work with y'all beast system? This beast system that we're in. It's not going to help y'all. It's like everything they're doing is backfiring on them. And I just want to say to Wada Yahweh, Shemi Awashai, that it is. That the Lord, the Most High Yahweh, is fighting for his saints, his anointed ones. Who's putting their faith and their trust in the Heavenly Father Yahweh and his Son Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. That's all I have to say regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you now.
Yeah. I mean, so y'all didn't hear what I was said earlier?
Yeah, we heard you.
What I was saying earlier?
We heard you.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. My I have a testimony myself. And it's kind of strange, but it has something to do with